Are women attracted to older men? This age-old question is difficult to answer because of the complexity of choice. Some argue that we're programmed by our cultures and backgrounds, so the choice is an illusion. Others tell you that we all have a choice in how we respond to circumstances. To complicate matters, we are all victims of unconscious bias. So, what attracts a younger woman to an older man? Any of the following are potential reasons, but it's impossible to generalize because each partnership has its own beliefs and attitudes to life. 1. Evolutionary genes. From an evolutionary point of view, the question why women date older men can be answered by our reproductive capacities. Women are at their fertility peak in their 20s. Men favor fertility over youth, even if this is subconscious. Although you'll see that the article further discusses an opposing view of that theory. It's conceivable that we actually prefer people similar to us. As you can see, there is no clear-cut answer or even opinion as to why dating an older man is right for some women. It depends on the context and the people involved. 2. Greater life experience. For many women, the joy of a partnership is to explore life and make mistakes together. Nevertheless, for some women, dating older men gives them the support they crave. If an older man can flaunt a flashy car along with a superb apartment and all the right clothes, he must be doing something right. On the flip side, subconsciously, most of us doubt a young man can keep such shows of wealth going for long. Think of it like a peacock parading his bright feathers. If he's still got them during the later stages of life, then his genes must be amazing. We'll leave it up to you if you feel the mating game is just a jungle game. 3. The other woman. Do girls like older guys? Some like to assume that those boys cheat less than younger ones. The data shows otherwise. According to the Institute for Family Studies, men cheat more as they enter their 50s and 60s, and even 70s. For women, it's the 60s. So could some cases of older men with younger women blossom from an affair? Of course, no one should judge without knowing the particular situation. Nevertheless, if you're one of those young women wanting older men, don't assume they'll be faithful. All relationships take work and commitment regardless of the age gap. 4. More power and confidence. If you're in the older men dating game, perhaps you're fed up with dealing with immature boys in their 20s or even 30s. The age depends on your age and how wise you feel about life. Nevertheless, dating an older man can feel like bathing in a halo of assurance and influence. Older men are generally more senior in their careers, and they know how to make things happen. No more sitting in queues waiting to be served at the top restaurants and hotels. 5. More resources. Do women like older men? It does seem that most studies show that men are older than women, although it is typically only by a few years. The large age gap is mostly what either shocks or intrigues people. For those women attracted to older men, another possible reason is that these men have worked out how to maneuver through life. Essentially, older men have cash, assets, and network resources built up over several decades. So, when one of life's problems arises, they can better resolve it for themselves and their younger partner. 6. Established gender roles. If you're still wondering what attracts a younger woman to an older man, you also need to look at how society influences us. The younger women-older men partnership might seem like a choice, but this study on the age gap between spouses suggests something more complex. In short, it appears that relationships come from bargaining rather than absolute choice. That process of getting together is complex, and most so-called experts miss out on the rejections also involved when we finally partner with someone. As the study demonstrates by analyzing not just couples but also dating trends, men and women don't normally end up with their age preferences. Notably, the so-called bargaining process is heavily influenced by the fact that men make 90% of first moves. This sums up today's topic. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share our channel. Until then, goodbye.